Why Tamamo Aria called the Strange One. Introduced in Tamo's CCC ending as one of her alter egos, Tamamo 9, she makes her first real appearance in Fate's Samurai Remnant as a rogue servant with no combative ability, choosing to play more of a supportive role. Of all Tamamos, she is currently the smallest of them, or should I say the most petite, wearing a traditional yellow Japanese kimono with a flared skirt, carrying a long sword, probably for decoration since she doesn't use it at all, wearing yellow bows and white platform shoes. She's also accompanied by a white fox, which we never actually see her ride, but we know she holds a skill that can turn a person into her ride, aka the princess's royal mount. Within the story, Aria holds a minor role compared to other rogue servants, being introduced in Ueno, waiting for something. She eventually chooses to assist Iori and Saber in one of their battles, and instantly takes a liking to Iori, wanting him to be her lord, which he rejects, so she decides to help him in other ways. Later on in the story, she's taken control of by Tsuchi Mikado, like the other rogue servants, and some contracted ones. She is defeated by Jean, who would then move in to kill Tsuchi Mikado, and thus freed of his control along with the other rogue servants. She would then return to her territory along with Ku, Li Xuan, and the other ones we don't see. Aria would also be helpful during the ley line battles, where she is able to give Iori extra turns, and can play a helpful role in the final battle to reach his destination. In terms of her digressions, she will appear at Iori's house on his free time, asking him to acquire certain items that she is seeking, that she sees as beautiful. She is often very vague about the things that she wants, which requires a lot of back and forth at times. She also at some point became good friends with Kaya, Iori's sister, and Kaya even thought at one point that Iori was cheating on Saber with Aria, having a tryst or a secret meeting of lovers, which Iori had to clarify that he had no romantic relationship with either of those two. Due to her situation as a rogue servant, she isn't able to be away from her territory for too long unless she has the mana. She even considers some mana transfer if it means being able to be closer to Iori, but he denies that. In her request, the first thing she asks for is a fish. My question is how she keep it fresh, as long as she did, but I'm sure that question will continue to go unanswered, so let's move on. Following that, she wants a blade, specifically a kitchen knife, which we only find out after getting a hint from Kaya, and thus the sword that Iori got for her, they traded in for a knife and some extra money, which was nice. Lastly, she wanted a plate, which the boss, aka Gilgamesh, had in stock, but she's too afraid to go near him, so it's up to Iori to get it. Since Gilgamesh charges a high price as expected, alternatively, you can carve a Gilgamesh statue for him for the plate, assuming you're good at quick time sequences, but if you're not, he'll eventually go easy on you and let you buy it for a much cheaper price. It is then revealed that Aria wants to make a meal for Iori after seeing Kaya cooking, mesmerized by it, and thus they became friends. Aria would then insist on feeding Iori herself, getting no arguments from Kaya or Saber. Now the big question is, what makes her the strange one? It might be her demeanor, giving off a very relaxed and yet suspicious vibe, contrasting her harmless intentions. Or it could be her perspective of what she considers beautiful, taking into consideration her whole quest line. But comment below what you think, and if you want to know more about her origins and terms of the Tamamo 9, check out that video next.